I'm pretty certain that our next keynote speaker also has all our support. He is a digital pioneer and visionary in digital education and has millions of followers on social media. That's true. He has been selected as one of the 35 thought leaders in 2021 by Handelsblatt, with formative influence on the future of German society, economics, and politics. So what is so special about him? In fact, I was waiting for you 5 years ago when I did my Abitur, of course. Yeah. What is so funny, the Abitur or 5 years ago? Okay, no worries. Well, he manages to make complicated mathematical content understandable for everyone at any time and anywhere. So his goal is educational justice. And therefore, tonight he'll be talking about the future of education. So welcome on stage, Daniel Jung.
Thank you. Just to get a feeling for the room, who has no idea who I am? Okay. So I will share my journey, which is very crazy, and how I stepped into Tomorrow University. And I hope we will do some cool stuff. Here's my story began digitally in 2011. And you know these quotes, and I thought I was really passionate and optimistic in 2012 that we really can reshape the education system. And I was doing on-site lessons during the 2000 years, classical mathematics on-site courses. And by 2011, I was typing in YouTube, perhaps one of the first persons, mathematics. So it was the high point of beauty, fashion, gaming, etc. on YouTube and cat videos. And I don't know if you know for the Germans, the guy on the left, Dr. Eberhard Weiss. Does anyone know Dr. Eberhard Weiss? He was a mathematician who did the format Telekolleg on television, in the German television. So I did nothing new going in front of the camera and talking about mathematics, but he did it in television, Sunday mornings, 8 o'clock. No one is watching television in 2011 anymore. So I thought, okay, let's have a look what's going on in the United States. And I was shocked. MIT, Stanford, they already recorded all the lessons, shared them on OpenCourseWare in the internet, shared the lessons on YouTube by 2005, 2006 already. And I thought I was late in Germany to share it on YouTube in 2011. But give it a chance. I bought a camera and said, so I want to do the lessons, but not 2 hours or 1 hour and a half, but these tiny little nuggets. So I thought, produce some tutorials in 4, 5, 6 minutes. You know that you just want to have this tiny little information. What is a fraction? What is a derivative? And you don't want to watch 1 hour and a half, and you don't want to have an on-site course for 2 hours, but just these tiny little information. So I said, okay, go in front of a camera and do these tiny little nuggets, 4 to 6 minutes, and share them on YouTube. Let's see what happens. And I kept up producing. I have around 2,500 tutorials for mathematics right now, from 1 + 1 is 2, up to differential equations. And I did these playlists, like for topics. So if you want to have some fun with differential equations after this evening, you go to my YouTube channel, Differential Equations, and you start by the first video, the second, the third, just videos. No interact, just videos. So what happened over the years, beside that I was walking to schools and universities and I was talking, this could be something, United States is already doing it, famous universities are doing it. And they looked at me like an alien and said, oh, this video learning, no, we don't record it, we don't share it on the internet. Why should we do this? This is our know-how. And I said, but do the research. In the United States, they are already doing it. The future is something else. It's not about mathematics, physics, know-how. There's something going on. So be strong. Can you see it on the left? This is a picture who was sent to me by a mother. Why? Because the mother wrote a letter. I didn't have the chance to learn with my kids. I don't have the money to do some Nachhilfe in Germany, but we developed your videos, and you are like a coach to learn together with my kids. And look at the sign. It's not the Superman sign. It's a sign of pi. And she did this with Photoshop. So it's crazy to get this feedback by parents. So but it's not only feedback from parents or teachers who said it's good to have these tutorials as a support to look how we can do the lessons of the future. This is a feedback when I go to events. There are up to now, it's even crazy that people want to do pictures with me because I don't share beauty, fashion, and gaming, but I share mathematical knowledge. It's crazy. So can we do a photo? Thanks for the Abitur. Thanks for saving my university. Thanks for the information. I mean, this is a response you want to get if you share knowledge on the internet. And it's crazy that you can get it with mathematics. And I always say, what you can have with mathematics, you can also have with physics, chemistry, or whatever. So these rising educators now in the internet who share their knowledge, this is a big deal, I think. And so after YouTube, there's Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. For me, these are all platforms to have a chance to reach out to people to share knowledge. So whenever there is a new platform, I say, go in and share some mathematical input. On TikTok, in the beginning, you only had 15 seconds to share a video, 15 seconds for mathematical input. So I did some Ed Sheeran music in the back. I said, how can you do 15 seconds with a differential equation? But I was testing, and you get feedback from the crowd. When you share your knowledge, we don't know what's the future of education is in 2030. But we can test, we can share, we can learn from the feedback, and that's the big power of social media to get in interaction with the crowd. So for me, that's the big deal to do it with mathematical input. So fast forward, there's not only YouTube. I have my tutorials on several platforms. At the beginning, I produced the videos on a classical whiteboard. Now I have an e-board. I don't know if an e-board is the big thing, but I'm testing because you can now do live streams with the e-board. You can share your screen. You go into interaction when you do a live stream. You can say, hey, do you want to do some differential equation with me? Share it on your screen, and we can write together. Big thing. I developed a platform so you can do some extra questions and get answers from experts because, the typical comment on YouTube is, wow, yes, cool, can you do this? But by the years, there were special questions about mathematics. So I said, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and co. is not made for go into interaction when you have special questions to get with experts. So that was the idea of my platform. I developed some extra learning scripts combined with QR codes and the videos. So you can go from a learning script to the video, back to the platform. And I do my podcast, especially with expert talks. So this guy on the left is Lehrer Schmidt. Lehrer Schmidt is teacher in a school. And he said, so I do some videos on YouTube for mathematics. So I said, yes, do it. 4 years later, he has over 1 million followers. And the kids are crazy. And he has so much input from how the system works or does not work. So He said the power comes from the internet and the possibilities to share what he is dealing with. And I talk to them and I share these talks because everyone is asking, how do we change the system? Because it's nothing new that the educational system now is not prepared for the future. So who will do it? Because the politicians don't have the possibilities to do it, but those guys like Lehrer Schmidt, those new companies like Tomorrow University of Applied Science, here's something new. Here's the change. So we can do that. And you get so much information from the Lehrer Schmidts of this world, because he has millions of followers too. And he says what works, what does not work, what is the feedback. So I visit a lot of universities, schools. This guy here on the left and the right is Max Mettelmann. He's a teacher for physics, and he started a project with his students to produce physics experimental videos, and the kids come to him in a time where it's not school, so when there are Ferien. So imagine there is a teacher who is so passionate, and the kids love it. So I visit them, I produce content, I share it on my platforms, and I want to inspire all those new education content creators to use the power of the internet to inspire even more. So the power with technology, I'm testing all those whiteboard things. So imagine thousands of Daniel Jungs, thousands of Lehrer Schmidts who begin to share knowledge, who begin to share their time, to connect with learners, and the learners now have the possibility to look for the teacher they love. They are not dependent on 10 years of going to one school with almost for years the same teachers, but they can say, I love to learn with Daniel Young. I love to learn with Lehrer Schmidt. I love to learn with Max Mettelmann. I love to learn, I don't know with whom. And that's a power. I thought it was going to go like crazy hell positive during the Corona time. But when you now visit schools, the teachers tell me it's quietly almost the same, like 2 or 3 years ago. And I say, what can you do? And they say, I don't know. I say, share your interest, share your knowledge on the internet. Go out there. You have the possibility, like me, to reach out to millions if you do your stuff. And then I try to talk about what is happening, and that is really, really difficult for students. This I don't know. Do you see the exponential curve? So talk to students about the exponential curve. It's really hard to understand exponential growth. So, and it's a combinatorial effect. So now we are fully connected with everyone. It's exponential and it's combinatorial. And the new jobs all the time. In 10 years, how do we prepare our students to what job do you have in 10 years? I don't know. There are frequently new jobs all the time. So you have to deal with what is learning. How do you learn? Become a learner. AI, blockchain, quantum computing, metaverse, I don't know what is in 10 years. But you have to deal with how to learn. What is the new learning ecosystem like? You have to be prepared for this. And I can tell you, the real big change will come from companies outside the classical education system, like Tomorrow University. Perhaps in 2 years, it's also Tomorrow School. So we have to shape it with the change makers of tomorrow now. We can't go into school and say, hey, let's do it here in the school. We have to do it with the power of technology, internet, social media, new companies come together, but work together with teachers, with professors in universities, talking, and all those who want to do this, who want to shape the future together, come to us. Let's build the system of tomorrow. So a lot of parents ask me, Daniel, we get these top skills of 2025 or 2030. like complex problem solving. How do you prepare a student for complex problem solving? Yeah, it's very easy. Go to YouTube, search for bioinformatics, and begin to learn something about bioinformatics. We see us in 2 weeks. It's a complex problem solving. Oh, 5 minutes, it's I can talk for hours about this, because they say, yeah, but how do we learn complex problem solving? Yeah, you have to go to the internet. You have to search not for cat videos or beauty, fashion. You have to search for bioinformatics. You come to a TED Talks. Somebody's talking about bioinformatics. Then you find a course. Perhaps there is a link below that which leads to, I don't know, Tomorrow University, whatever. Then you do the course, and then we talk about it 2 weeks later. That's so far away in German schools and universities that I always think, who am I talking to? So again, to make it present, you have to show them how it works. Like I did some tutorials, shared them on YouTube, did more tutorials. Now the feedback is clear. All the students who are giving me the feedback, wow, it works. I can learn mathematics. It's videos combined with. And so we have to shape it. And this new learning ecosystem is not only online or only offline. It's a combination of all that. How do we learn in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? It's not like this classical system. So we do it 8 years in school there, 3 to 5 years in university there, Monday to Friday, 8 to 4 o'clock. Combination of this it's a combination of bite-sized learning, challenge-based learning, mastery learning to really understand things. And somebody is learning better with videos, somebody is learning better with to get an interaction with someone. The next one is better to do a path online with learning scripts. To get the really good solution only is possible when we now get together all these change makers, whether it's a person, institution, or a company, and get this power together. That's what I'm experiencing here in this room today. Even where's Niklas? Niklas, I met Niklas and we talked about where do you come from? Hey, his parents are from Remscheid, also as me. I had to come all the way to Frankfurt to meet you again and to talk about my platform. Where is it going to? Here's a solution, and now perhaps we do something together. And that's the magic, even with all digitization, to come together to events like this and to get into feedback, connections, and only together we can reshape the future of education. When I visit the universities or schools, I always want to be an inspiration to say, it's not only me, it's all about you. Share your knowledge. Do a TikTok not for fishing or gaming. Do a TikTok for, I'm passionate about bioinformatics, whatever. And so if only one person in this room is starting a channel after this evening about whatever, is sharing it, is going into connection, is inspiring other, then we have an exponential growth of awesome content in the internet. And coming together with projects like Tomorrow University, I'm really, really passionate to, we don't know what it will be like, what we do together. A course, mathematics, basics, whatever. I like it because we are testing feedback and going forward to the future. And so we can shape it. And that's why I'm producing so much content for my channels. Like even today, I'm recording this stuff, I'm sharing it to be like an accelerator for all those who are questioning, should I do something there in the internet? Yes, do it. Talk about your project or whatever. And I'm happy if you, after this evening, also share it and go forward. And so that's how we can shape the future of education. Thank you.